Hello, my name is Semence. You can also call me Semi for short. Professionally, during the day, I am a benefit specialist for Fairfax County, and in the evening, I am a Tier 1 support specialist for Department of Homeland Security. What skills, experience, and superpower do I bring to this course? Um, as far as skills experience, most of my experience has been in human resource and also customer service and so forth. As far as skills, I am extremely computer literate. I have a strong computer literacy. I have organization skills, great communication, and as far as this course, I believe was gonna help. As far as being a team player, I can multitask. I love doing analysis and report and so forth. When you are not busy saving the world, what do you do? Interesting habit. Um, Believe it or not, I like editing photos. I used to have an Adobe application that I used to use for my computer to edit my photo, but now I just use my phone. And I like creating stuff as far as from creating flyers, editing photos, to creating recipes in the kitchen or anything with having to do creativity, making jewelry and so forth. How do you expect you might use organizational change skill in your work either today or in the future? Actually, to be honest, organization change skill is a very great skill to have, especially if you know how to implement it. Because currently, especially even with this 2020 pandemic going on, it forced us to adapt to change and be able to manage that change in a way that it doesn't affect the organization in a negative way. So, I believe like with the skill obtained from this course, it will enlighten me, if I was to be placed in a position where I was to be selected, or I was in a position where I had to be the one who managed the change that is required in my organization where I currently work. That'd be a great skill to have. Um, Consider a recent change at work, one that affected how you go about your job. What was the initial reaction? How did you handle it? One thing I can mention once again is, due to the pandemic, we all had to switch to working from home. So working from home has been quite interesting because I've never worked from home before, so it's gonna have to do with adaptivity of it. And another thing is one thing we had to do with during the daytime, for example, for the Fairfax County, my benefit specialist, one of the benefit that I provide is SNAP benefit, which is also known as food stamp. And one of the requirement for in order to process the case, you have to conduct a phone interview. But due to the pandemic, due to a lot of people losing their job and so forth, we received quite a large amount of application. So due to that, like, it was hard to have the time to actually conduct an interview. So what the upper management decided to do is allow us to process cases without having to conduct an interview. And we were allowed to contact client in case if there were any question or discrepancy on the application, because most of the time we are able to process an application without requiring to speak to a client, because we have access to systems that allow us to look up the client's income information, background information, migration status, and so forth. But it helps to speak to the client. That way we can confirm what we see in the system versus what they place on the application versus what they say. Because in the end, um when there's a discrepancy, of course, like for example, the system may say that the client is still employed somewhere, and when in reality the client is no longer employed, but because the system has not been updated, we may cannot just assume that the client is still working there and so forth. So that is one of the change that I had to deal with. And working from home is a bit quite stressful because, as you know, the kids are also home. So not only am I um, a worker, and a mother, and now my new title is I'm a teacher. So juggling all three of those titles, it has not been quite easy, but it's definitely doable. And I look forward to this course. I'm excited. I had a chance to look into the professor's video, and he made it seem like this class is going to be awesome, and I look forward to that. And I also noticed that I have a lot of classmates in this course that I've worked with before, and I'm excited about that as well. And the ones that I have not got a chance to meet, it's a pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to watching your video and working with you and dealing with our discussion and so forth. Talk to you soon. Bye.